Okay, but when you watch this video, you're going to find out the timeline. I spoke to Nick this evening. He opened up to me and confided in me and told me what happened and why he's dropping out of the Olympia. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And we have major breaking news in the bodybuilding world. 7 days out from the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Now, I'm recording this video on Friday, October 4th. And I spoke to Nick Walker. The major breaking news is that Nick Walker is dropping out of the 2024 Mr. Olympia. This is devastating news, guys. You know, and it's hard for me to say this, you know, because I was looking forward, everyone was looking forward to seeing Nick Walker back up on that stage, especially after his hamstring tear last year, right before, again, literally days before the Olympia, he had to drop out due to a hamstring tear. Now, deja vu, now Nick Walker is dropping out of the Mr. Olympia days before it. And guys, I spoke to Nick Walker, okay? I spoke to him just so you know the timeline. Again, this is Friday, October 4th. Nick Walker, as of today, has not announced it. Okay, but when you watch this video, you're going to find out the timeline. I spoke to Nick this evening. He opened up to me and confided in me and told me what happened and why he's dropping out of the Olympia. Now, this wasn't easy for him to do. Obviously, it was not an easy decision. And him and Matt Jensen came up with the final call on this. I'm not going to say when they made this call, but they made it prior to today, me speaking to him on Friday, 7 days out from the Olympia. And he's not doing it. And he's going to be releasing a video, and then I will release this video. And you're all going to find out. The rest of the world's going to find out. And, you know, what Nick had to tell me was, and I'm sure he's going to explain it in his video that he releases, that he was just having issues. He was having blood work issues, and it was causing him not to look his best. Now, let's go take a look, because Nick has been covered up, right? But then I look at the calves here, and he looks pretty shredded and vascular in the calves. So, but then you got to take a closer look. Now we go to his 3 weeks out video, okay? And you can kind of see, oh, maybe there was something happening and we weren't really noticing it, right? So let's take a look. This is his condition 3 weeks out from the Olympia. This is the last video he posted of his workouts. And here you can see, you know, he's not super shredded here in the arms and the delts. This is not the textbook Nick Walker signature conditioning and hardness and graininess that you would see from him. In the vascularity, it's not there. So there's a telltale sign right there that he wasn't on track to look his best at the Olympia. And because he's not on track to look his best for the Olympia, he's dropping out. He's made that decision. And it's a devastating one for the bodybuilding community because we were all waiting for him to be back on that stage. And now we got to wait another year. And if anything, this is the most hardest on, it's hardest on Nick. Because he was savage. He's like, I'm winning this show. I'm winning this Mr. Olympia. And now he's not doing it. And now looking back at this video, I'm like, oh, okay. It makes sense now. And we talked about it. We had, a good conversation about it. And I really was, honored for him to open up and express, how he's feeling and what he's going through this whole process of, just not being at his best. Checking his body, and his body was just kind of giving up. It wasn't responding. It wasn't responding to everything. He was holding body fat. He wasn't dropping that body fat, which is he's so accustomed to doing, getting ready for his show. It was like something was wrong. Now he says he's fine now. He says his blood work is good now. But leading into it, they were just struggling, him and Matt Jensen, and it wasn't working. The process wasn't working. So, guys, he's out of the Olympia. This changes the whole trajectory of the Olympia. There's going to be a lot of guys that are happy that he's not competing in the sense that they're going to have an opportunity to move up a spot. And it changes predictions. This is why I don't make predictions like people have already made predictions 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't do that, man, because this type of stuff happens. I wait, right? So it's going to change everyone's predictions now. My prediction going into it up as of today, I had Nick Walker in the top 5. And because he was staying covered up, I was almost going to be like, you know what? Maybe he can move up to 3rd or 4th. Right? Or maybe even push Hadi and Derek. Like I was bordering on putting in that kind of position. And now it's like, okay, well, and I need to reassess my top 6 now. But guys, I just want to say, this is terrible news for Nick Walker, for Walker Nation, and it's unfortunate. 2 years in a row. This could be really depressing for him, or it could be motivating for him to say, you know what, I'm going to come back next year. I'm going to do the Arnold, Ohio. It's $500,000 first place prize. And I'm going to kill it. And I'm going to redeem myself. I'm going to have redemption. Right? So I think we all need to coalesce around Nick Walker. Come to his support. Wish him well. Be supportive of him. Because you can imagine mentally what he's going through to get to this point, and to literally days before the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, he has to make the hard decision and make the hard call to drop out. And Nick is the most confident guy going into this show. So you can just imagine mentally what he's going through. So we all have to be there for Nick and support him. And I do wish him the best. Right? I've been hard on Nick with, his structure. But that's it. Other than that, Nick's an awesome guy. I always say that. He's been on my show. We talk. He's cool with me. I'm cool with him. And, we're all in this together. And it's going to be a downer again on the Olympia weekend because he's not there. It's going to be the audience watching the show again. It's just devastating news, guys. I know a lot of you are going to be upset. But we just have to go on, and hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. And it seems like he's fine now. He's not, he said the blood works good. And I asked him, so if the blood works good, like, is there any way you could like potentially still go in the Olympia here? It's like, nah, man, I'm going to make an announcement here. He's going to drop a video. So he seems pretty set on the decision. I don't think he's changing his mind. I think it's happening. And again, when you guys watch this video, he will have released and made the announcement. And I'm probably one of the first to find out about it because I'm making this video on Friday, October 4th, before he announces it. So I really, appreciate Nick Walker for trusting in me and reaching, talking to me about it. I reached out to him because I want to be honest, people were reaching out to me asking like, hey, is Nick Walker out of the Olympia? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll go to the source. I'll ask Nick. And literally 2 minutes later, Nick was like, yeah, brother. Sorry, man. Like, yeah, I'm out. Just don't say anything. Keep it under wraps till I release my video. And I said, okay. First off, I said, appreciate you trusting me. And then secondly, I was like, man, this is devastating. How are you doing? Keep your head high. Stay positive. And just come back and kill it next year. And you better do that, Arnold, Ohio. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Tell me now, I guess, what your top 6 is without Nick Walker in it. Leave a comment below. This changes a lot. And it's huge news. So anyways, we'll wrap it up there, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy times here going again. Like, it's deja vu. I cannot, of all people, cannot believe it's Nick Walker that's not going to be at this year's Mr. Olympia. All right, guys, again, leave a comment. Let me know your top 6 now that Nick's not in it. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so. I really appreciate you guys. I love you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.